Welcome to this segment of Freshen Up. Today what I'd like to share with you is some of the stories, and I'm kind of putting this under the umbrella of my store, my story. Check this out.
Big John's in Metropolis, Illinois has been an iconic brand in a rather unique small city. It's the home of the massive Superman statue celebrating the comic, TV, and film series based in the fictional Metropolis. Metropolis has been a tourist destination because of the Comic, TV, and Film Association and because of the Harrah's Casino at the end of Main Street on the Ohio River. But Metropolis is also the home to many diverse classes of trade, both locally and in the surrounding area. Big John, sitting in the store's parking lot, is another massive statue that has played a different role in the community. It's been the symbol that welcomes customers to Big John's Supermarket, a store known for its perishables, freshness, and great prices. Big John's and Mike Poole have been a part of the community for 30 years. Mike has shown his community that their loyalty can be rewarded with an even more exciting place to shop. He's added a new beer and wine cave. He's expanded the frozen food department and further enhanced the great perishable departments that have been the mainstay of Big John's. Mike has used social media and a grand opening plan that is second to none. Big John and its owner, Mike Poole, have proclaimed, "This is my town and nobody will take it from us." Let's hear some comments from Mike Poole about his business.
We're 12 miles from Paducah, Kentucky, and in Paducah there's Walmart has 2 supercenters, a Sam's Club, there's 3 Krogers, plus an independent that's got 2 nice stores. So our competition has always been Paducah, between the supermarkets and the club stores and the restaurants. So in studying or analyzing for the remodel, there was 2 objectives that we wanted to come up with. We were trying to keep customers from Metropolis on our side of the river. And the second thing was the energy. We have a city-owned electric municipality, and our electricity is higher than most. So we wanted to, like I said, kind of keep our customers home and save as much as we could on energy. We had never used or we had never installed new equipment previously. It was always refurbished or used equipment, but I kind of use the scenario now. New equipment's like insurance, buying insurance. You can't afford not to. Our sales, since we've had a ribbon cutting, we've averaged being up 6.5%. On the energy, it was tough at the beginning of knowing what we were going to save. We ended up, it looks like early on our savings are right at 30% or $4,000 per month. We had 1 motor room. Now we did have a few isolated compressors behind the store, but we basically had everything in one spot. Well, with the new system, you try to position it where it's close to the cases that it's going to operate. In other words, you've got your medium temp system and your low temp system. So you try to position it, to where you don't have so far to go with the copper tubing. We try to do something every 3, 4, 5 years, but a lot of times it ends up being stuff behind the scenes. Whether it's we installed a generator for you. After 2 tornadoes and 2 ice storms, we installed a state-of-the-art generator. That's something that the customer doesn't see. We've replaced our 8 or 10 years ago, we replaced our meat cases. Of course, again, with refurbished. We tried to do something, but it had been a long time since we had done a splash, what I would call a splash, or a major renovation, where we changed out everything. And we changed everything from the entrance to our offices. The store stayed a left to right store, but that's about all that stayed the same. Everything else changed, and of course we had a lot of good help in getting it done. As far as the decor, we picked DSG. I worked with Bob Finley out of Kansas City, and the process went extremely well. In fact, once we were done, which, I mean, we've just completed, so we had the ribbon cutting just a couple of weeks ago. We're starting to get a lot of feedback, and the decor has been one of the probably one of the items that we're getting the most feedback on. One thing I've noticed that's standing out to me is that customers are having, I'm noticing more customers that's got their ads out over our shopping carts.
Instead of just looking at the front page.
Yeah, or instead of just running in and grabbing stuff. It's almost like we were wanting to, that customer that was going to Paducah that we're trying to keep here, I think what I'm trying to say is trying to change their destination. And I feel like I'm seeing that already. Of course, one thing we did add 2 departments that we didn't have previously, and that was beer and wine, which DSG, we feel like we're still, small community. Wasn't sure how our customers would take it. So, we wanted it in the store, but we didn't want to throw it in their face. So we've kind of got it, we've got it off in a corner, but yet, even though I say that it's off in a corner, it's kind of hidden, but yet it stands out, if that makes any sense. And I think it's the decor, and it's the feeling you get. It's its own department, and I think that's the feeling and the atmosphere that you get when you're over there. But again, I mean, we went pretty big here. We've got over 350 varieties of wine. Our beer cave, I would stack our wine and beer up against any of our competition in Paducah. I mean, and that's one thing that we get from my dad. He's if you're going to do it right, and I feel like that's what we've done here. I mean, a huge investment. We're looking at being here long term.
The Big John's in Metropolis, Illinois set out to keep customers on Big John's side of the river instead of going to box stores across the river. To do this, they freshened up in these key areas of their store. They purchased brand new state-of-the-art frozen food equipment and replaced meat cases. They immediately saw an average rise in sales to 6.5% in the first couple of weeks. Next, they completely revamped the store's electrical system, which helped save them over $4,000 a month on just energy efficiency. Plus, after 2 tornadoes and 2 ice storms, they installed a state-of-the-art generator to prepare for future problems. They created a new department, the Beer and Wine Cave, with competitive selection on wine and beer to compete with local box stores. They completely restyled the in-store graphics and signage with the help of DSG. They created a strategic social media plan. Finally, they celebrated a new grand opening with the public with an official ribbon-cutting ceremony. Since then, they have seen visible signs of customers staying local and giving them overwhelming amounts of positive feedback. For more information on how to freshen up your store, please contact your division representative. All Freshen Up videos and testimonials can be found online at www.awginc.com.
And this is my time.